Hello.
Hi, my name is Kionne Abdul-Malik, and I was diagnosed with lupus in October 2015. So it's only been 4 years for my journey, but the last 4 years have been very interesting, to say the least. I was diagnosed shortly after giving birth to my son. So you can only imagine having two life-changing events at the same time. Trying to learn to be a mother for the first time, caring for a newborn, and then finding out that you were diagnosed with lupus. My journey with lupus was very interesting in the beginning because I started having symptoms 5 weeks after I had given birth to my son, and the symptoms started in my legs. And I wasn't sure what it was. Of course, you know, Google will make you feel like you're dying every 5 seconds. But I Googled my symptoms and I automatically just assumed the worst, that most likely I had blood clots because they said it's common for some women after childbirth. So I went to the urgent care and they actually said I had shin splints. Gave me some ibuprofen, sent me home. Things started getting worse, progressively worse throughout my body. My body started to stiffen up. I struggled getting in and out of bed. My husband had to help me on and off the toilet to go to the bathroom or in and out of the tub. And I had no clue what was going on with my body. Fast forward to a month after having my son, a month and a half, after having my son, I went to my primary care, who was actually an African-American woman of 2 kids. And she chalked up all my symptoms to postpartum. When I look back at that moment, it breaks my heart every time I think about that, because you would think we would be our own advocate for just trying to figure out what's really wrong with us, as opposed to just chalking it up to a common disease or a common condition and moving right along. She gave me antibiotics, and 10 days after the antibiotics, I was actually worse. And she was really concerned at that point and sent me to the ER. The ER just said I had pneumonia. I had to complain every single day that I had problems in my body. I could not move at all. I had struggled getting in and out of the bed. So on the 5th day of me being hospitalized, they decided to actually run a test on my body, and it was a rheumatoid test, and they said that my markers were really high and most likely I had lupus, but they weren't sure and had to refer me to a rheumatologist. And I'm going to try to fast forward the story. I linked up with the rheumatologist. He had to do 3 separate tests on me because my inflammation was just so high. But each time he just said, most likely you do have lupus, most likely you have lupus. And at that time, knowing that most likely this will be my diagnosis, I had to really make a decision within myself. Do I try to be optimistic and say I don't have it, or do I just face it head on? And I decided to face it head on. And I also decided that I would not let it break me. I will not let it define me, but instead I will break it as best as possible. I am thankful for the support system I had with my mom, my husband, family, and friends, because with them I was able to fight it. Of course, there's no cure for it. I'm not lupus-free standing before you, but I am much better than what I was when I first was diagnosed. The first 2 years were the worst years of my life. And it was a struggle again because I had to raise my son, who I look at him every single day and just pray that he doesn't have to go through what I went through. And I'm very thankful for him because he gives me a reason to fight. And through all of my trials and tribulations with this, and when I say trials and tribulations, I mean my own rheumatologist, someone who went to school for understanding all the rheumatoid diseases, had to find different drugs, trial and error to see what would work for me. My body rejected some, my body responded to some, but then after a few weeks, it rejected it, so on and so forth. Earlier, Dana mentioned the drug that is finally created for lupus. I'm actually on as a Benlysta infusion, and I do that every single month, and now my body is starting to adapt to it. So it's like, what's next? But I am thankful for where I am now because I am able to stand in front of you, walk in heels. That's been a struggle as well. And just tell everyone my story and my testimony. And I'm just so thankful again for my support system, who just gave me that courage that I needed to stand in front of everyone. And also because of my fight and my journey, I decided to start a foundation of my own, which is Found a Butterfly, which I want to help support other people. I know the support system I have, everyone with lupus does not have. So I want to help those who need the help. whether it be financially, spiritually, with anything. I want to be there for them. And I also release little messages on a butterfly-shaped note card. Just wherever I go, I just drop these messages off that just say to people, you're beautiful, smile, I love you, whatever, because a special message can help elevate us to just have a good day. So again, I thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Brookins, for this amazing, amazing foundation. And thank you all for listening to me. Have a great day.